I'm back for another week of 10-minute tips for your relationships. 10 minutes. So this week I want to talk about first attractions. Yes, it's that very first thing that happened when you saw your mate, you saw your significant other, the person that you're spending the rest of your life with. When you saw that person, it was the thing that made you do that double take. Oh, okay, I like him or I like her. You know, it was that thing. So when we say that we like or we love someone, what we are actually experiencing is interpersonal attraction for that person. Now, interpersonal attraction really is about the strength of liking and loving that we have for other people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the person that you're attracted to, or your husband, your wife, your mate. But interpersonal attraction can also be with family members, can be with coworkers, best friends, or just friends in general. It's that strength, like I said, of liking or loving that you have for that person. So when it comes to interpersonal attraction, there are some factors that go with that. There are some factors that kind of back that up and substantiate that. One of the things is physical attraction. Yes, we are physically attracted to people. And guess what? We all have different likes and tastes. Absolutely. So you may like tall, you may like short, you may like thick, you may like thin, you may like people with long hair, short hair. I mean, we all have something in us that says, this is what I like, this is what I'm attracted to, right? So with interpersonal attraction, you know, the very first thing that we're attracted to is the physical part of that person, you know, what we see on the outside. And then secondly, dealing with interpersonal attraction is that we have certain similarities. Yeah, things that we have in common. I like this. You like that too? Wow, that's cool. Or even with our friends, think about it. With your friends, you have things that you like to do together. That's what makes you best friends, because you have some similarities. Now, some differences cause you to be more attracted to people as well. But as far as physical attractiveness and similarities, those are things that you have in common that attract you even more to that person. And then the third thing dealing with an interpersonal attraction is proximity. How much time you spend with that person. Yes. You know, and that determines a lot, because the more time you spend with the person means what? The more you get to know a person. Right. So dealing with that first attraction, that interpersonal attraction is really, really the very first thing that happens in a relationship. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Now that you were attracted to this person, you saw them, you're like, oh, I want to get to know them, or I want to talk to them, or, you know, I like something about him or something about her that, you know, has really kind of caught my eye or my interest. Once you start having a relationship or talking, you know, engaging in conversation or spending time together, then let me ask you this question. What did you do, or what do you do to maintain that interest in that person? Yes. So think about it. When you first started dating your mate, you were attracted physically, right? Then you started spending time with that person, right? You started discovering that you had things that you had in common. You had similarities. And some differences, some things like that too, that kind of caught your eye as well. Now, how did you maintain the interest in that relationship? Did you go out on dates? You know, did you try new things, new food, new places? Did you talk all the time? Have conversations on the phone 2 or 3 times a day? Did you spend good quality time with another? Did you compliment that person and tell them how good they look? How good you smell? Oh, I like that dress. You know, you look good in that suit. Those are some bad shoes. Did you give them gifts? Did you surprise them? Did you pop up on them at work with flowers? Were you spontaneous and said, hey, I booked a flight. We're on our way to Vegas. We're going to go and have some fun this weekend. What did you do to maintain that interest? What did you do to maintain that relationship? What did you do to pursue that person? That's my question to you. And then let me ask you this question. What was the hook? What was that thing, that hook, line, and sinker that said, okay, this is the person for me. This is the one I want. This is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. This is the person I want to spend more time with, get to know even better. This is the person that, I want to take home to my mother. This is the one, the hook. What was the hook? What was that thing? Think about it. What was that thing? Was it the things that you were both interested in? Was it how much time you spent together and you felt like, oh, you know what, I'm starting to fall in love with this person? Or was it their morals, their values? I mean, what was that hook? Think about it. Because if that hook existed back then, I guarantee you that that hook is still there today. Yes, it's still there today. Now, that hook is that thing that kind of pulled you in and lets you know that this is the person that, you know what, that I want to spend the rest of my life with. Now, as it relates to first attraction, we talked about those things that first caught our eye, got our attention. Now, let me ask you another question. And then I think this is the most important question of all today. What is considered to be your throwback? Because many of us, we had this great attraction to this person. We worked really hard to either get them or, maintain the relationship. But once the relationship became permanent or you became married, it seems like maybe you want to throw it back. And, it's just like I think about it in terms of going fishing. And so you're out there, now you're out there trying to catch a fish, right? And then you catch a fish and you bring something in and it's like, nah, I don't want that one, so I'm throwing it back out. And sometimes when we're having difficulties in our relationships, instead of going back to the things that first attracted us to the person, or instead of going back to the things that we did to maintain the relationship or the interest in our relationships, we just want to throw it back. We just want to give up. Let me ask you, what are some reasons why you want to just give up? Why are some reasons that you just feel like, you just can't make it? You just want to quit. Could it be things like, we don't talk anymore? Or could it be reasons why we have bad communication? I mean, that's something that a lot of couples have. Lack of trust. Things have become stale, no longer exciting, and those are the things that when that starts happening in our relationships, then we should go back to those things that first attracted us. My husband and I, when we do marriage counseling, one of the things that we do early on in the premarital counseling is we do an assignment. We give the couples an assignment and we talk about the first match that struck the fire in the relationship, first attraction. But the assignment that we give the couples is we ask each of them to go back and we ask them to write down 5 things that they love about their mate, 5 things that first attracted them to their mate. And we ask them to bring those things back and we talk about it. That's what I want you to do today. I want you and your mate sit down and I want you to write down 5 things that you love about your mate and 5 things that first attracted you to your mate. I guarantee you that you can make it work. First attractions are really important and they speak a lot about our relationships and that thing that first got our attention. These are my 10-minute tips. I hope that you will go back to your first attraction.